right, so now we're on to the second missing component of radiant health, vitality, and gut health. So when we look at our first missing component, which was our nervous system, if it's in dysregulation, which means that we are constantly or very often in fight or flight, healing cannot occur. And so the next piece plays into that, and it's a really important connection. So this next component is our thoughts and beliefs. And there is a book called The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton, and it goes into the science of how our cell receptor membrane proteins literally take our environment and create a experience from it. So we are not defined by our genes, essentially. And this comes from epigenetics. So our environment, the exposure of the things around us, affects our genetic expression and affects our health and well-being. And when we start to understand that, we can actually have agency over our biology. We can have agency over our gene expression by our thoughts and beliefs, the environment around us, and how we interpret that environment. So one of the things that is conditioned into us in our subconscious, especially as children, even in the womb, and especially as infants and as we are brought up, are these thoughts and beliefs from our parents, from our caregivers. And it is not something that if you're not conscious of it, you don't realize it's happening. And once you become conscious of it, it is transformational. So especially for those of you who are parents, this is a really crucial message. So one exercise that I can guide you through, and I invite you to take part in, is to just take a moment to be aware and mindful of, what are my thoughts and beliefs around my health and healing? Do I believe that my genes determine my health? Do I believe that I am helpless to my genetics, that if in my family lineage heart disease is prevalent, that I will then have heart disease? Explore this. And one of my favorite ways to do this is by free journaling. So what you do is you take a piece of paper or a journal if you have it, and you just start writing, and you set a timer. This is one way that I like to do it, set a timer for 5 minutes. And you are literally just going to focus on this topic and just write, free write whatever comes out. Sometimes you are just repeating the same words. So you may be saying, I don't know what I believe. And you're just writing that. And what happens is your subconscious gets activated, and all of a sudden you start to write things that you weren't aware of, that you weren't conscious of. And this free writing exercise is really powerful. And one of the other questions that you can start to ponder and start to journal around is your fears and your resistance. So when you think of your fears, what are things that you are fearful of about your health? What are some of the fears that may be stopping you from improving your health? And then resistance. What is something that I'm resisting around my health? What is something that I'm resisting around my wellness? And so just like I mentioned in the first missing component, I have the gut health course available. And in the Radiant Gut Health course, I guide you through a whole series of exercises where we start digging deeper into these subconscious beliefs that you are holding and you may not be aware of. In this exercise, there are more examples, more journaling exercises, and we really start dissecting what some of these thoughts and beliefs are for you, because they're individual and different for each one of us. And we also go through a release process, because once we become mindful and aware of this, we also want to release some of these thoughts and beliefs and almost reprogram ourselves, rewire these beliefs so that they can be conducive for health and healing. So that is included in the Radiant Gut Health course. And for those of you who want to go even deeper, this is what I do one-on-one during our mastermind one-on-one calls and sessions, but also in the group setting during the mastermind as well. So those of you who are ready to really transform your lives, the Radiant Health and Wellness Mastermind is where you get hand-holding, you get customized support and guidance for your health journey, for your well-being journey, so that, again, these missing components that you may not have been aware of, you can address them and get specific, customized, individualized care to help you work through them and lead you to this radiant health, wellness, and vitality that we all want. So I will see you in the third component in the next video.